Are you someone who's so busy that you can't keep up with your favorite shows before the next season drops?
Or do you need a refresher on some of today's hottest films and TV series with an eye for what's next?
Well, look no further because Complex's The Precap has you covered. My name's Claire.
And I'm Alana.
And we're your hosts. The Precap is a series where we help you, the fans, stay up to speed on the latest shows and movies that are coming your way. And for this installment, we'll be getting ready for a new season of Bel Air, only on Peacock.
So sit tight as we recap key points in season 1, like all of the characters, biggest cliffhangers, juiciest moments, and most importantly, everything you need to know ahead for season 2.
Let's dive into the Precap.
Complex's The Precap is expertly designed to highlight the Bel Air series, which comes to us from show creator Morgan Cooper and produced by Will Smith's Westbrook Studios.
Actor Jimmy Akingbola, who plays Jeffrey, known as the beloved butler in the 90s sitcom, isn't that in Bel Air. In this reimagined series, Jeffrey is a man of mystery and one of Uncle Phil's oldest friends and trusted advisors. Oh, and did I forget to mention, he's giving gangsta. He's giving get it done by any means necessary type vibes. Who would have thought?
I mean, true. The series Bel Air is set in modern-day LA, starring Jabari Banks, who plays the young Will Smith as he goes through complicated journeys from his home streets of West Philadelphia to the sunny and gated mansions of Bel Air. His world is flipped after having to abruptly leave his home and his mother, Viola, played by April Parker Jones. He then heads to unfamiliar territory with his aunt Vivian Banks, played by Cassandra Freeman, and his uncle Philip Banks, aka Uncle Phil, played by Adrian Holmes. Will had a fall-in with the law that involved a gun, an arrest, and a neighborhood thug, a combo that doesn't really end too well, and his mama don't play when it comes to her son, so he really had no choice but to leave. Season 1 continues with Will trying to find his place in Bel Air, joining a new basketball team, racial and social injustices, his hometown bestie Trey, played by Stevante Hart, thinking he's gone soft since moving to Bel Air, meeting his father for the first time, we'll get to that one a little bit later, love interest, and more.
Speaking of love interests, Will meets swimming prodigy and straight A Miss Black Girl Magic herself, Lisa Wilkes, played by Simone Joy Jones, who is actually his cousin Carlton's ex. If that's not messy, I don't know what is. The two kick it off, but unfortunately, Will kept his Philly past a secret from Lisa, which is one of the many reasons why they broke up. However, Will wasn't the only one going through issues this season.
How about Will's cousin Carlton, played by Ali Charlatan, who's dealing with severe anxiety, drugs, not being, black enough, and the fact that he doesn't initially welcome Will with open arms. I mean, Will did steal his girl Lisa.
Okay, but honestly, Carlton didn't like him from the get-go, and that's his ex-girl. Anyways, it's open to interpretation.
I guess you guys are just gonna have to watch season 1 and let us know what you think in the comments below. There's also Ashley Banks, played by Akira Akbar, who's struggling with her identity. And how about oldest sister Hillary, played by Coco Jones, who is personally one of my favorite characters.
Absolutely, yes.
In season 1, Hillary tries to thrive as an influencer, chef baddie, while finding herself, while also trying to make her parents proud, while also trying not to rely on her parents' notoriety and wealth, and also, yes, girl, also, because y'all, it finally happened in the reimagined series Hillary and Jazz, played by Jordan L. Jones.
Hooked up. Yes, we are talking about the Jazz, who Uncle Phil always threw out of the house in the late 90s sitcom, who Hillary never gave the time of day to.
Yes, that Jazz. And he's fine.
Fine.
But of course, the parents go through their own issues too, and Vivian is getting back into the swing of painting as she returns to the art world. But of course, there's some drama along the way.
Always.
Especially since she reunited with an old friend and gallery owner, Reed, who is portrayed by acclaimed actor Michael Ealy. If you know, you know.
Girl, I know.
Okay, and Phil, of course, is not happy with this reconnection. On top of all that, Vivian has to juggle the demands of marriage and motherhood, especially during a time when Phil is running for district attorney, and we know politics can get real messy. And it did.
Okay, so we broke down the main cast members, and we'll continue to highlight key moments that happened, as well as celebrity appearances and the roles they played in this season and the upcoming season.
Like Karuchi Tran, LA native, made an appearance as Ivy, a glorified social media influencer who helps Hillary out with developing her influencer brand.
But there's some tea there.
There is some tea, yes, because Ivy should be helping Hillary out, but as you'll notice in season 1, it looks like Ivy knows the power she holds and isn't really giving Hillary the blueprint she needs to succeed. Plus, Hillary is in some trouble. She ends up breaking her influencer house contract and does not have the cash for the kill fee.
Oh, this was messy. Then Will became interested in who his pops really was and sought Jeffrey's assistance to find out the truth. And let's just say things got bad when Uncle Phil found out Jeffrey was helping Will, even though he warned him not to. This led to Jeffrey being fired. As for Uncle Phil's DA campaign, Fred Wilkes, who is the police chief and Lisa's father, played by actor Joe Holt, gives Uncle Phil a run for his money and ends up winning by default when Phil selflessly decides to withdraw from the race, so Will's run-in with the law wouldn't be made public and ruin his future. Withdrawing from the race also gave his wife Vivian the opportunity to accept the art fellowship and finally go after her dreams. This decision, however, did not sit well with his campaign manager, Stephen Lewis, played by actor Dwayne Martin. So the question is, what's next for Uncle Phil?
I don't know, but I hope we find out more in the new season. Season 1 ends with Will meeting his father, Lou, as mentioned earlier, but as for the outcome of that meeting, let's just say things took a left, which resulted in Will packing his bags and leaving his aunt and uncle's home. Surprisingly, Jess finds Will at the top of the LA skyline, letting him know that it might be time for him to live by his own rules and decide where he'd like to go from there.
And that's literally what we're dying to know. Where is Will running away to? Back to Philly or perhaps back to Bel Air? Sounds like it's time to dive into our new season predictions. Okay, so the trailer of the new season has been circulating the internet, and girl, it's juicy. So it looks like Jeffrey has made a return, which we are so thankful for, and he's giving Will advice on how to become his own man. Plus, it seems like Will seems to be standing on his own 2 feet and made a possible solo move to South Central LA, but girl, my guess is that he's moved in with Jazz because the rent in LA, in this economy, it's giving expensive. It also looks like Brooklyn McClin plays Doc, a big-time basketball scout. Doc is impressed with Will's streetball game, but claims Bel Air is turning him soft when it comes to his high school team.
As for Carlton, it looks like he's joined the Black Student Union and conducted a Black Lives Matter protest, but I mean, you know how it goes. Once you're labeled as one thing, not black enough, and then you try to do another thing where you're black enough, people are only going to remember your mistakes.
Yep.
All of that is to say, the anxiety kicked in and Carlton resorted to violence, as you can see in the trailer. This makes me think that while the drugs and anxiety might have slowed down, he definitely has some breaking points in this upcoming season.
We also catch a glimpse of the influencer duo Hillary and Ivy, but I should probably go easy on the duo part since it continues to look like Ivy is definitely taking advantage of her. And this partnership that they're supposed to have isn't much of that. Anyways, hello to the new girl with the cornrows. Who might you be? Will is seen with a new love interest who's confirmed to be actress Jaslyn Martin. She's cute, but is she Lisa?
No, she's not.
Based on the trailer, it looks like things are getting steamy with these 2 new lovebirds, and I think Lisa might have found out, which resulted in her telling Will that they can't be friends no more.
Well, you know what they say, front now, fiend later, because Lisa was the one that called it quits after Will confessed his love to her.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Ashley is playing more of a role this season and, you know, really finding her voice. If you look closely at the trailer, she's repping a pride pin on her book bag. And as mentioned earlier, the trailer is full of surprises that confirm that Tatiana Ali, the OG Ashley Banks, will be making an appearance in the new season. Yes, Ali is seen with Ashley as a teacher and is reminding Ashley to not let anyone change who she is.
And last but not least, the one and only icy girl that is Saweetie makes a cameo this season, and I predict that she's there based on Hillary's connections that will leave Ivy with her jaw on the ground.
Ooh, I know that's right, but we say all of this to ask the question, is West Philly Will back? Hopefully this precap has gotten you hyped and ready to find out for yourself on the new season of Bel Air, only on Peacock, with new episodes dropping every Thursday. But before then, make sure to binge season 1 right now on Peacock. I'm Alana.
I'm Claire, and see you guys next time for another edition of
Complexes the Precap.